Hi students, today I'm going to teach you grade 7 second lesson, sets lesson. I'm going to teach you sets lesson today, right? Sets. So really different, just at once we think that what is a set, right? At once that we need to realize that what's a set. You know, you could identify your pens can you could identify, right? When it comes to your school, it's able to identify your pens easily. It's able to identify your pens. You think of days of the week, you can identify days of a week. You could identify that Sunday to Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday. You are able to identify. So you are able to identify birds. You could identify birds as well, right? And also you think of just give me a few seconds. And the when it comes to you think of even numbers, you think of prime numbers, think of triangular numbers. These types of numbers you learned really. Okay, so you could identify those things as well properly. So you then what is a set? Generally, days of the week, we could identify clearly. Okay, days of the week we could identify clearly. And also think of birds, think of prime numbers, odd numbers, and so on. These things can be identified clearly. Okay, you are able to identify these things clearly. Okay, these things can be identified clearly. Then what is a set? A set is a thing, if you can identify a certain thing clearly, then that type of thing we could name as a set. Okay, you could name as a set. When it comes to districts of our motherland, districts of Sri Lanka, and also even numbers, prime numbers, previously also I mentioned, we could identify as sets. In this lesson, really, we need to understand that there are three ways of writing sets. I will teach you those three ways that we writing sets one by one. Okay, so and also you think of this one. You think of this one has given in your textbook as well. Okay, is it able to identify clearly beautiful flowers? Are you able to identify beautiful flowers clearly? Beautiful flowers, is it able to identify clearly? Beautiful flowers, can you identify clearly? No, you can't identify beautiful flowers clearly. It depends on the one who observe the flowers, right? Selected flowers. So, it depends on the one who observes the flowers. So we can't identify beautiful flowers. Then beautiful flowers, then it depends on the one who observes the flowers. Okay, we can't say that these are beautiful flowers. These flowers are beautiful. These flowers are not beautiful. We can't say so. Okay, so it's unable to consider that beautiful flowers as a set. You think of talented people. Can you identify as a set? No, we can't identify talented people as a set. You think of good students. People who are able to students who are able to do maths properly. Clever students of maths. Are we able to identify? No, it's unable to identify clearly. So I have been telling you that clearly, if you are able to identify a certain set of people or set of things clearly, then that thing we could name as a set. Okay, so beautiful flowers cannot be considered as a set. Talented people, people who are students who are clever of maths. So those things, I mean, these mentioned things cannot be named as sets. Now the other thing, these types of things have given in your textbook as well. So think of then the other thing is, now we understood that the ways of writing. I mean, then what's a set? What's a set? This is the segment that I taught you. So you think of this one, even numbers, even numbers, even numbers, even numbers. You know that what are even numbers? Even numbers. Even numbers. Are you able to identify even numbers? Really, you are able to identify even numbers clearly. What are even numbers? Just recall even numbers that you learned so far. Even numbers, you know that 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on. Those are even numbers. Okay, those are even numbers. So even numbers, I will give you this one. Even numbers between 0 and 11. Even numbers between 0 and 11. Are you able to identify this set of numbers clearly? Yes, you are able to identify this set of numbers clearly. So tell me the things, tell me the numbers that you could find in this, according to the statement. What are the numbers that you could find? Even numbers between 0 and 10, even numbers between 0 and 10. Yes, first even number is 2, the second even number 4, the third one 6, 8, and 10 also can be considered as an answer. The reason, then that is less than 10, even numbers between 0 and 10. Right. So these things, then here is a set. Then 2 we name as an element. When it comes to a set, then 2 is an element. 2 is an element of this set. 4 also is considered as an element. 6, 8, 10 as well. 10 also is considered as an element of this set. So these are the elements of this set. And the other thing is that just right now I taught you that then these things are considered as elements of this set. And also generally we write the elements. Now I taught you that these are elements. These things as in curly brackets. In curly brackets. These are curly brackets. These elements have entered into a curly brackets. These elements have entered into a curly brackets. Then these things are elements, these things are elements, these elements have entered in this curly brackets, in these curly brackets. And also the other thing is, other factor that you need to consider when it comes to sets. English letters, right? Letters of the English alphabet, capital letters of the English alphabet used to name sets. Then we would name this set as capital A, right? Capital A, the set A. Right now I could say that the set A, right? The set A. So generally sets are named using capital letters of the English alphabet. Okay, so now you learned that what's a set. I named this one as B. 6, 10, 5, 9. Is this a set? Yeah, really this is a set. Elements of the set B, 6 is an element, 10 is an element, 5 is an element, 9 is an element. You think of this one. This is L. L. 1, 4, 9, 16. These are elements 1, 4, 9, 16. These are the elements of the set L. You could see these elements have entered in curly brackets, right? You could see these elements have entered in curly brackets. So this is a way of writing sets. Okay. So the other factor that you need to know here, you know right now that what are elements, sets generally be write in curly brackets, and also it uses the capital letters of the English alphabet in order to express, in order to name sets. Okay. So the other thing is there are three ways of writing sets. So, you know, I will name a set. The set A I will name as, you know, odd numbers, odd numbers, odd numbers, odd numbers between, odd numbers between 0 and 10, odd numbers between 0 and 10, odd numbers between 0 and 10. Really, I have not written the elements of the set A here. I have not written the elements of the set A here. Okay, but you could get an idea about the elements found in the set A here. Okay, you could get an idea about the elements that you could get in the set A here. So what are the elements? Then here is a statement. You could see that here is a statement. I written a certain common property of the elements of the set A. I have written a common property. Here is a common property. I have written a common property. I mean, just I am not a common property. I am not written the elements of the set A, but I have written a common property, common property, common thing of the set A. I have written here common property, right? Common property of the set A. I have written here, right? And also, just to think of, I am going to write the set A as the elements of the set A. I'm going to with the elements I'm writing the set A. Now you think of the elements of the set A. What are the elements of the set A? The elements of the set A, odd numbers between 0 and 10. Just recall the odd numbers found between 0 and 10. First odd number, you know, that's 1. The second one, 1, 3, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. These are the elements of the set A. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. These are the elements of the set A. Right? I listed out, right? Listed out the set A here, right? Listed out. I mean, by listing, I could list out the elements. I mean, on the other hand, you know, I could say that I have written the elements. Writing the elements of a set, given set can be expressed, can be stated, okay, by listing, which means you could write elements. The other thing, another concept needs to be known here. The concept is, we are talking about a Venn diagram. Venn diagram. Venn diagrams. It has given in your textbook as well this concept, you know, that Venn diagrams. Venn diagrams means, you know, that you need to know that the mathematician, British mathematician John Venn, for the first time discovered this way of expressing, you know, sets. Then it's considered a certain, I mean, circle. It gets a circle. It considers a circle, and considering a circle, we write these elements in the circle, right? In the circle. Here is a Venn diagram. You could put an arrow as well, no worries. then 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. But don't forget, it does not put commas between these elements, between and among these elements. We do not put, generally we do not put commas. So this is the other way. Then Venn diagram, right? So these are, you could see, these are the three ways of writing sets. Number one, you could see, you could consider a common property. Considering a common property, what do we do here? Considering a common property, we express about we give an idea about the elements of the considered set. We give an idea. But we do not, when it comes to, when you mention common property, then we do not write the elements of the set A. But when it comes to the second way of writing sets, when you list out, then you need to mention the elements. And this is the way of writing a set. I mean, Venn diagram. Venn diagram means, and it enters these elements in a circle. Okay, these are the three ways of writing sets. Really no need of learning by heart these concepts, these things. Okay, just get an idea about the ways of writing sets. Okay, you could mention a common property, and also you could list out it, which means you could enter the elements, and also the elements are entered, are written in a circle and putting an arrow of the sets of the set. And this is, here is a way, here is a Venn diagram, right? So you could mention the common property by listing, and it uses to express sets Venn diagrams as well. Then there are three ways of writing sets. Now we are going to learn about the questions given type of questions. Now I'm going to discuss in your textbook. Okay, just I need a few seconds, please. Okay, now I'm going to discuss questions. This one, first question, express each of the sets by writing all the elements of each sets which within curly brackets. So then what happens really, then in the first question, it says that you need to write the elements in curly brackets. Then really the method which is given, of the given set is, then considering common property, then the set has written. What we need to do here, we need to find the, we need to get the common elements. We need to mention the common elements here. So the set A is, this one has expressed as the set A, days of the week. Now considering a common property, the set A has given. The question is, you need to express the elements of the set A. Elements of the set A should be mentioned. What are the elements? Days of the week, Sunday. You need to write Sunday, Monday, not Monday, okay? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, eventually Saturday also should be entered as an element, should be considered as an element of the set A. Okay, this is the set A. Then according to your willingness, you could write the elements of the set A here. Okay, so the question was, that this one was given, you need to find the elements of the set A. The other question is, the second question that I am going to discuss here. Then the second question is, it has given the set B, that considering a common property, the set B also has given here. Prime numbers between 0 and 10. You need to consider prime numbers between 0 and 10. Considering a common property, the set A has expressed here. The question is, you need to write the elements of the set B here. Now, you need to recall prime numbers. What are prime numbers? Tell me, what are prime numbers? Just remember. What are prime numbers? Prime numbers, are we able to consider 1 as a prime number? No, we can't consider 1 as a prime number. Then how about 2? Can we consider 2? Then prime number is a number, when it comes to prime numbers, numbers that have only 2 factors. Numbers that have only 2 factors can be named as prime numbers. Numbers that have only 2 factors. Think of 1 here. 1 here. 1 can be taken as 1 into 1. So it has, when it comes to 1, it's having only 1 factor. Think of 2. How many factors can you find of 2? 1 into 2, 2 times 1, 2. So only 2 factors you could find in 2. So think of 3. How many factors can you find when it comes to 3? 1 into 3, 3. 3 times 1 is 3. So only 2 factors you could find of 3 as well. You think of 4. How many factors can you find here? Of 4. For how many factors? 1 into 4, 4. 2 times 2, 4. 3 times, here 4 times 1, 4. How many factors can you find here of 4 here? Then these are the factors 1, 2 and 4. So when it comes to these numbers, you could see only 1 factor of 1, only 2 factors of 2, only two factors of 3, only there are 3 factors of 4. So numbers that are only 2 factors, then we cannot take 1 as a prime number, 4 as a prime number, then 2 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number. The reason it considers in maths that numbers that have only 2 factors are named as prime numbers. So prime numbers between 2 and 10, just I taught you this concept so that you can remember here. So numbers between 0 and 10, you know that 0 and 10, we are going to write the elements of the set B. 0 and 10 prime numbers. First prime number 2, right now I taught you 3. 5 also can be taken, it's having only 2 factors, 5. So 6 cannot be taken, it has 3 factors. So 7 also can be taken. 9 cannot be taken, it has more than 2 factors. So these are the prime numbers that you could find between 0 and 10. These are the elements of the set B, right? Here is a common form. Considering a common property, the set B has written. Okay, the question is, we wrote the elements of the set B. Yes. Now the other question is letters of the word. Letters of the word. I will write this one. The third question. I will write this set as X letters of the word, letters of the word, letters of the word, this one, letters of the word, letters of the word. I'll give you the word, Sarah, this is the word, Sarah, right? Letters of the word, Sarah, right? Sarah, just I written two ways, right? Sarah. Then you need to write the elements of this word. I mean, this word has considered as a set. Letters of the word, we are going to write the elements of the set X here. Now, really, what do we do here? We do not write the same term twice here. When you get the elements of the word Sarah, right? So we write here S is written, and you could see here 1, here 2, here 3. The letter A has written thrice, 3 times. You could see the letter A has written 3 times. Although this letter A has written 3 times, we do not take it. Right? I do not write this letter A as then A, and so on. Only one time we write the letter A, right? Then every time we do so. So A and R are also we write here as an element of the set X here. Okay, the letters of the word Sarah, S comma A comma R. Okay, so the fourth question is here. According to a common property, we've been given these sets. What we are doing here is right now we are getting the elements of these sets. You think of this one. This is D. Digits of the number, digits of the number, digits of the number, I write a number here. Digits of the number here 4,000. Yeah, I write the number here 2005. Digits of the number 2005. Yeah. How do you write the elements of this digits here? Just give me a few seconds, please. Yes. Okay. How do you write digits of the number 2005? How do you write the set, digits of this number how do we get the elements of this number here? Here, 2005. So, 2005. So, we could write 2 here, here 1, 0, 1, 0. Although you could see here, 2 zeros, we do not write the digit 0 twice. Then 2 comma 0 comma we don't write again 0, 5. So these are the elements of the number 2005. These are the elements. Okay, although it's able to see here, 0 0, we do not write 0 twice. Okay, we do not write 0 twice. Just you think of this was the fourth one. Now the fifth question here is I will give you this one. Consider, I will name this one as B here. Letters of the word, letters of the word I will give a word, letters of the word, Gita, right? Gita, letters of the word Gita. How do you Gita? Okay, letters of the word Gita. T-H-A. How do you write the elements of the set B here? Yes, how do you write the elements of the set B here? So the same letter we do not write twice. So same letter we do not write twice. Here G is written as an element. Then E is written as an element. Again, we do not write E. Then H also needs to be written here. Here H and A also should be written here as an element of the set B. So these are the elements of the word. Letters of the word. When it comes to letters of the word Gita. G, comma, E, comma, T, comma, H, comma, A. Okay, so this I do believe that you understood these types of questions. I mean, when it is given the common property of a considered set, you are able to write the elements of that set. Okay, especially you need to learn that when it gives the same digit or same letter twice or thrice or several times, then that is not written, that is not repeated. It's written only one time, that's given letter O digit is written. So the other question is these are questions in your textbook you will be able to see. So this is the sixth question, fifth one, the sixth question here. This one has given, really, it has given this the set A has given, I mean, easily, directly you are able to realize that it has given the elements of the set A here, 5, 10, 15 and 20. These are the elements of the set A. Right, it has given the elements of the set A here. The question is, represent the set A by a Venn diagram, right? By listing, really, it has, there are three ways of writing sets. Considering a common property, it writes a set, and also it by listing, which means it's directly it's given the elements of that set. The other thing is elements are entered in a circle. Venn diagram, it's drawn a Venn diagram in order to express a set. Then there are three ways of writing sets. So then this is the second way, which means we've been given the elements of the set A. The first question, considering these elements, the first question here is you need to represent the set A by a Venn diagram. I do not write it. Represent the set A by a Venn diagram. Then elements have given, these elements are entered in a circle. This is the Venn diagram, related Venn diagram. Okay, so the other question is, the second question here is, the second question is, write down the set A in terms of a common property. Write down the set A in terms of a common property, which means you need to consider the common property that you could see when it comes to these elements. considering these elements, we need to get a common property. Really, what's the common property? Tell me, just you think of what's the common property. If you got an, don't forget this, if you got an issue, just you could mention in the comment section, then I will resolve your question. So what's the common property here really? You know, these are the multiples of 5. You know, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 and so on. Those are the multiples of 4. So this can be stated as, this is the answer for the second question. The first question is, you know, we wrote these elements in a Venn diagram. Right now, we need to write the common property. You could write that multiples of 5. Are we able to write the multiples of 5? No. You need to, there are no all the multiples of, we can't say that all the multiples. Then, you know, limited number of multiples can be seen as elements of the set A. So multiples of 5, specifically you need to mention this one between 0 and multiples of 5 between 0 and 21. Yes, multiples of 5, 21, no, between 0 and 21, no, 22, 23, 24, up to 24 you could write. But again, you can't write between 0 and 26. If it's mentioned it in that sense, then you need to write it, this 25 also should be as an element in the set A. But anyway, this is the answer. Capital A plus multiples of 5 between 0 and 21. So this is the answer for the second question. Okay. Right now we are going to do a question. Don't forget, you will be able to see in your test paper, these types of sums, and also these types of sums have given in your textbook as well. Therefore, when you practice these sums again and again, you will be able to do the questions specially given for the term test. The other question is, this could be the, I do think that seventh question, yeah, the seventh question. Represent the set of multiples of 6 between 6 and 7 and 35. Represent the set of multiples of 6 between 7 and 35. Yeah. So, then here we have been given firstly multiples of 6 between 7 and 35. That is given multiples of 6 between 7 and 35. Multiples of 6. It says that multiples of 6. Yeah, multiples of 6 between 7 and 35. What you need to do here? Multiples of 6 between 7 and 35. The first question is by writing a common property by which the elements of the set A. Then the first question here is this one has given. Okay, the first question is you need to write this one. All the elements represented by this common property. This one has given. Okay, this one has given. I will name this one as T here, right? The set T. Multiples of 6 between 7 and 35. Multiples of 6 between 7 and 35. Considering the common property, this the set T has written here. The first question, you need to write all the elements by write all the elements of the set T here. That's the first question. All the elements. Just what are the multiples of 6 between 7 and 35? First multiple, you know that 6. The second multiple is 12. I mean, when it comes to multiples of 6. So 6, 12, 18, 24 and so on. So between 7 and 35. So don't forget it. So the other multiple which is met after 7 is 12. So 12, 18, The other one, 6 times 12, 18, 24, 30 also can be taken. Are we able to consider 36? No, we can't. We are unable to consider. We can't consider. So these are the elements of the set T here. So, and also the other question here, you need to express the set T in a Venn diagram. T, these elements, don't forget, these elements can be entered in this circle, Venn diagram, right? This is the Venn diagram, related Venn diagram of the set T. So 12, 18, 24 and 30 should be written in this circle. Yes. Yes. Okay. So this is the basic idea of sets that you need to learn in this grade. When you go for higher grades, you will be taught more facts of sets. So anyway, getting this knowledge for this grade is enough. So I will give you a summary. I will help you to remember the learned stuff again. Set is then what is a set? Set is a well-defined group of elements. Set is a well-defined group of elements. A group of people or set of things, substances, things, objects. A set is a well-defined group of elements. Examples: days of the week, birds, vegetables, fruits. Those things can be identified as sets. So the other thing is, generally sets are written using capital letters of the English alphabet, and also it uses curly brackets as well in order to write sets. The other thing is, the things that are found in a set named as elements, okay, as elements. So, and also when it comes to sets, when you are given a set letters of the word and so on, then the same letter is not written twice. Only one time it's written the given letter or digit. So this is and also the other thing is, there are two ways of writing sets. Considering a common property, it's written sets. The other thing, it's written the elements. Don't forget, you need to know these words. It's written given sets considering its elements, and which means by listing, considering a common property, it's listed given sets, and also sets are written using writing. It uses to write sets Venn diagrams as well. So this is the basic idea of sets. If you are a newcomer to my YouTube channel, you could subscribe the YouTube channel so that you can get more videos in the future as well. If you got a doubt here, then just you could mention it in the comment section. Okay, I will be uploading all the videos of grade 7 so that you can study your stuff of maths in the near future as well. Okay, thanks a lot.